Welcome to another episode of Music and Recording. Today I'm going to show you something that I had a very hard time with. Making a screencast is really not that difficult, but I found it very hard to find a way to properly output audio from your DAW. There are a lot of products out there like Screencast-O-Matic, Camtasia, and others that are great for recording your screen and basic narration of your audio. I also tried OBS, which there are some videos where people have had success with a workaround to get the output from their DAW, but I could not get it to work. But what I found is, for my purposes, there's really no all-in-one solution. So I watched videos, I searched the internet, and I found the best way for me to create a screencast. So stay tuned, and I'll show you what I do. So the first thing I do is I'll hit File, Record Media, and then Record Screen. Now it's grayed out because we're actually recording right now, as indicated by this red dot here. So when you want to stop, you just hit Stop. The files will end up in this area up here. And then you drag them down into your media area. What I'm using here is Filmora 9 to do the screencast. The next thing I do is I take Melder Productions M Recorder, which is a free utility, and I drag that into the main output of the DAW, which is Studio One in this case, but it doesn't matter which DAW you use. Drag it into the main track. And the next thing we're going to do here is this little magnifying glass. This is going to let us choose the file path. So I created a folder called Videos, and you can put it on your desktop, whatever you want to do, but you have to choose something. Hit OK, name the file. You have to do this too, or it will not record. This will record the output of your DAW and create a file that you can drag into your editing software. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit play in a second here. And this is a snippet of a song I wrote. All right, so when I'm done with the audio part, I'll just hit record again, and that stops it, and it creates a file. Close that. And then I'll go back to Filmora. And there's the file that we just recorded. Drag that down. And there's the first part of the screencast without audio. So what I need to do next is find that audio. Go into Import Media Files, and there's the file. So I hit Open. Then I'll drag that down. And then we got the audio. The idea is to line up the audio so that it plays properly. And I'll do the same thing with my narration after I do that. Okay, let's go back to Studio One. Add a track, and this is going to be the narration. But I always do this last. These are some of the plugins that I add, and this is why I do this in the DAW, because you have a lot of control. NS1, which is noise reduction by waves. Supercharger, which is a compressor. And I have a lot of other stuff I could add if I needed to. Always a compressor. So I find it best to do the narration in your DAW, because then you have the control. You can add plugins, then just mix it down, take the file, and put it in your screencast, just like you would a song. So last but not least, coming back to Filmora, after you mix down the file from your DAW, you would go back to Import Media, and then drag that in and line it up into the video, the same way I did the other audio. Then you should be good to go. Then you put it all together and export it. Of course, there's more to it, editing and so forth. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, please give a thumbs up and hit subscribe and the notification bell below. Until next time, this is Music and Recording.